Hello. My name is Shoshana and I've been involved with the Chabad of Arizona community since I moved to Arizona nearly 12 years ago. Moving to Arizona as a teenager, beginning my college studies was daunting, but I was quickly enveloped by the warmth of the Chabad on campus at Arizona State University. The campus shluchim, Rabbi and his wife Hannah, created a true home away from home for me and thousands of other Jewish students. They served as my family, my friends, and my mentors. When I met and married my husband Ari, it was Rabbi Tachtel and Rabbi Tinchana who learned with us in preparation, and Rabbi Tachtel who officiated at our wedding ceremony. As newlyweds, my husband and I made the choice to purchase our first home in the Chabad community in Phoenix, where we were instantly welcomed by Rabbi Zalman and his wife Tzvia. I'll admit that we were a bit anxious about going from a young student community to a much more intergenerational community, but we were pleasantly surprised to find that Chabad of Arizona truly has a place for everyone, no matter what stage of life. We found our niche within the J Phoenix Young Professional Group, where we've enjoyed learning, making new friends, and eating plenty of sushi. Our honoree, Greg Saltz, is a young professional who is a perfect example of the leadership and Jewish involvement within our community. Greg's support of Chabad and the local Jewish community is changing the future of Jewish Arizona for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Greg Saltz as he comes forward to join Rabbi and Rabbi for the honoree Jewish.
I swear I'm not this guy's uncle. Must make a to-do note for this week. A new headshot immediately. I do want to thank Chabad for honoring me. It was unexpected and definitely a bit of a surprise, and I'm truly humbled to be standing here in front of you tonight. I also want to thank my family and friends for supporting me as well. It definitely means a lot to me. Chabad has had a special place in my life for quite a few years. When I see what they do not only in our community, but Jewish communities around the world, it truly is an inspiration. Chabad was quoted as saying, "No Jew should ever be lost to the Jewish people. No Jew must ever be lonely." Chabad's presence can be found in the smallest towns across the U.S. and across the world, for that matter, where the Jewish populations are limited at best. And their ability to create a welcoming environment for any Jew, despite their background and religious observance, is truly a beautiful thing. After I lost my father in 2010, and I fulfilled the duty of saying Kaddish on his behalf for that first year after his passing, the warmth that I felt from Chabad and their congregants was truly heartwarming, and I will never forget it. The thing that resonates the most with me as it relates to Chabad is that they welcome me with warmth every time I enter their synagogue. And they don't judge me or criticize me for how often I'm there, because it's not as often as I'd like. They're just happy to see me when I show up. I also enjoy the fact that they let me go at my own speed. I'm not an Orthodox Jew by observance, but I am a spiritual person. And when I feel the need to connect to God and take a break from the crazy and unpredictable world that we live in and get reconnected with Hashem, Chabad serves as a vessel for me to do that. They provide an environment where I can be inspired and gain perspective during times when that is much needed. I'm a firm believer in leading by actions and not words, and Chabad is a true example of that. When I see what Rabbi Levertov and his wonderful family do for so many Jews in our community and the way in which they do it, it inspires me to be a better person and a better Jew. I'm very fortunate to be standing here in front of you this evening. Many say success in this world requires a little luck, a little mazel, a good fortune. I like to refer to it as blessings from God. Back in 2009, I was visiting my parents and brother in Jerusalem, where they reside. And it was an exceptionally difficult time in my life career-wise, as it was for many people during that time. I was in my late 20s trying to survive in commercial real estate after achieving success in my early years when the real estate market was flourishing. During that trip, I had to ask my parents for a loan just to stay afloat and keep going in an industry that I so desperately wanted to excel in again. Thank God for my parents. They were able to help me out at that time, or it would have been very difficult for me to stay in it. My back was truly up against the wall at that time. And those that know me well know I'm a very prideful person, so it truly broke my heart that I had to ask my parents for help at that stage of my life. As my trip was starting to wind down, I remember asking my father if he would go to the Wailing Wall with me to pray. Not being a very religious person or in the best health at that time, I remember him being a little surprised by my request, but he agreed to go with me, and I was glad. It was a very special time for me, and I still have the picture of he and I in front of the wall that day. When it was time for me to pray, I literally begged Hashem to help me. I asked him, what else can I do? I work hard, I'm persistent, I try my best to be good to others. What else can I possibly do to make my situation better? What can Hashem do to help me overcome the challenges that I was facing at that time? I remember saying to God that if he was able to help me, that I would forever be grateful and do my best to serve him, my family, my community in the best way possible. Well, a week after I returned, I received a sign call from one of the shopping centers that I represented at that time. That sign call ended up being by my most important client to this day. In my line of work, we refer to these clients as career changers or game changers. That client has enabled me to start my own company and has acted as a springboard, taking my career to new heights that I candidly did not imagine reaching so quickly. So was it luck that I received the call, or was it Hashem answering my prayers? I like to think it was the latter. I'm going to end by saying this. I'm a true believer in the expression, the more you give in this world, the more you receive. Every time I do something charitable, it seems like it comes back to me in some shape, form, or fashion. I hope through my charitable work that I can inspire others, and I look forward to being there for Chabad in this community for many years to come. Thank you.